The time is 8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Lakshman Fonseca and read by Tilani Pires. The Consumer Affairs Authority of Sri Lanka has launched an island-wide operation to detain traders who sell rice over the stipulated market prices. Police media spokesman say the police is capable of managing all the day-to-day duties despite the special duties assigned at the fuel stations. The Excise Department says that consumption of liquor has dropped by 30%. India's continued support as a close neighbour to overcome the present crisis. The Minister of Tourism assures that Sri Lanka is safe for tourists to visit. Doctors say many children killed in Afghanistan quake. The Consumer Affairs Authority of Sri Lanka has launched an island-wide operation to detain traders who sell rice over the stipulated market prices. It said that 2,000 raids were carried out recently and 186 sellers were taken into custody over the selling of rice above the maximum retail price in the local market. The Consumer Affairs Authority said they will take legal action against such traders. The authority also requests the traders to adhere to the rules and regulations imposed by the government. The police is capable of managing all the day-to-day duties despite the special duties assigned at the fuel stations. The police media spokesperson SSP Nihal Thadua said that there are several fuel stations in every police area, but the department has taken measures to run all other duties with existing staff. He said that all police operations, including drug raids and traffic duties, are conducted as usual. He said as there are lines of vehicles near the fuel stations, it has caused traffic jams in many urban areas. It is also reported cases of unrest at fuel filling stations are rising in recent days due to disparity in fuel distribution. Police officers had also had to control the clashes between the public and the staff of gas stations for several days. The Commissioner General of Excise Kapila Kumarasinghe says that the consumption of liquor has dropped by 30% today. He told the SLBC that the raw material cost has forced the liquor manufacturers to increase the prices of liquor and it was not merely caused by the recent tax amendments. He added that the economic condition of the people has also had direct impact on the issue. However, he said that move has caused to consume illicit liquor by the public as the market price is low. The police is on alert over the sellers of illicit liquor and conducts continuous raids, the Commissioner General of Excise further stated. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Secretary of the Ministry of External Affairs of India, Vinay Quatra, today assured India's continued support as a close neighbour to overcome the present crisis. The visiting Foreign Secretary called on President Gotabaya Rajapaksa at the President's house this morning. A special Indian delegation arrived in Sri Lanka this morning to assess further financial assistance. The President's media division said Sri Lanka has thus far received essential food items, fuel, medicines and fertilizer through the Indian loan assistance. The delegation informed the President that the Government of India and political authorities are committed to give continued support to Sri Lanka. President Rajapaksa meanwhile expressed his appreciation to the Indian government for continued support during this difficult period. The Minister of Tourism and Lands, Harin Fernando, assured that Sri Lanka is safe for tourists to visit. Speaking to travel agents in France, the minister said that Sri Lanka is swiftly addressing all issues of concern with the assistance of its friends in the international community. A meeting between Fernando and the travel agents of France was organized by the Embassy of Sri Lanka in Paris in collaboration with the Sri Lankan Airlines and the embassy premises to promote Sri Lanka tourism in France. Minister Fernando said that Sri Lanka is swiftly addressing all issues of concern with the assistance of its friends in the international community and asked the visitors to have confidence in the people of Sri Lanka who would be pleased to see the solidarity of the French people at this juncture. A 10-hour water cut will be imposed in several areas in Colombo on Saturday from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. on Sunday. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board said that it is due to essential maintenance work to the main water supply network. Accordingly, water supply to Athul Kotte, Pitakotte, Baddagana, Mirihana, Madiwala, Thalapatpitiya, Udahamulla, Ambuldenniya, Nugegoda, Pagoda, Vijarama Junction up to the 7th Mile Post Junction in High Level Road and all connected by roads from Nugegoda Junction up to the Open University in Navala and all connected by roads will be interrupted. The Water Board also advises consumers to fill their water tanks and expresses regret for the inconvenience caused. That ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Consumer Affairs Authority of Sri Lanka has launched an island-wide operation to detain traders who sell rice over the stipulated market prices. It said that 2,000 raids were carried out recently and 186 sellers were taken into custody over the selling of rice above the maximum retail price in the local market. The Consumer Affairs Authority said they will take legal action against such traders. The authority also requests the traders to adhere to the rules and regulations imposed by the government. That was our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
And on Watch Light tonight, the police say the trend of stealing fuel from parked vehicles is on the rise. It is reported that drug addicts are increasingly stealing and selling fuel from vehicles due to high demand for fuel due to shortages. The police also said that the stealing of fuel from parked vehicles are taking place in the daytime as well as in the night. Intelligence agencies have pointed out to their chiefs that fuel is also being stolen from vehicles parked in garages of their homes. However, police also noticed that the vehicle owners are not interested in reporting the matter to the police. That came to you in Watchlight. Coming up, world news and the headlines first. The doctors say many children killed in Afghanistan quake. Myanmar ex-leader Aung San Suu Kyi sent to solitary confinement. The World Health Organization summoned an emergency committee meeting in response to a recent outbreak of monkeypox. The doctors in Afghanistan have told the BBC that many children may have been killed in Wednesday's earthquake. More than 1,000 people died in the disaster, and heavy rain, thereby resources and rugged terrain are hampering rescue workers. Unknown numbers were buried in the rubble of ruined, often mud-built homes by the magnitude 6.1 earthquake. The Taliban authorities have called for more international aid. Communication networks are also badly hit. The United Nations is among those scrambling to provide emergency shelter and food aid to remote areas in the worst-hit Patkika province. Myanmar's deposed pro-democracy leader Aung San Suu Kyi has been moved from house arrest to solitary confinement in a prison in the capital, Nay Pyi Taw. The 77-year-old Nobel laureate was arrested when the military ousted her elected government in February 2021. For the past year, she has been held at an undisclosed location in the capital. Ms. Suu Kyi has already been sentenced to 11 years in jail and faces a host of other charges. She denies all of the accusations against her. A brief statement released by the military government said the move was in accordance with Myanmar's criminal laws. Meanwhile, rights groups have condemned the court trials as a sham. The World Health Organization has convened an emergency committee meeting in response to a recent outbreak of monkeypox. The committee's experts from across the world began discussions on Thursday to assess whether the spread of the epidemic constitutes a public health emergency of international concern. They are believed to be looking at the latest data on the disease. The WHO's regional branch in Europe says 2,746 people in 29 countries and territories, mainly in Europe, have been confirmed infected with monkeypox as of Tuesday. Based on discussions by the experts, WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom is expected to determine within a few days whether he will declare a public health emergency of international concern. Back to the world news headlines. The doctors say many children killed in Afghanistan quake. Myanmar ex-leader Aung San Suu Kyi sent to solitary confinement. The World Health Organization summoned an emergency committee meeting in response to a recent outbreak of monkeypox. That ends world news. Continuing with development news, the Labour and Foreign Employment Ministry has decided to provide free vocational training for the children of the local working community targeting the global job market. Addressing a meeting, Minister Manusha Nanakkara said priority will be given to the children of the families of the workers who have lost their jobs. The decision was taken by the Minister Nanakkara following a discussion held at the ministry recently. That was development news.
Sports news is brought to you by
Sampath Bank. We present your future.
A new 60-ball cricket format launch in the Caribbean in August. The cricket format will include a chance for fans to vote for a batter to have a free hit where they can't be dismissed. The 60 is being organised by the Cricket West Indies and the Caribbean Premier League. The President Cricket West Indies, Rick Skerritt, said organisers of some of the world's best cricketers will be involved in the tournament. He added that there will be world-class men and women cricketers taking part in a fantastic event for the Caribbean, and this combined with cutting-edge innovations signals a great moment for all fans of West Indian cricket. That was sports news.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSP U Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Elon Musk says Tesla's new factories in Germany and the US are losing billions of dollars due to the battery shortages and supply disruptions in China. The multi-billionaire also called the plants in Berlin and Austin, Texas, gigantic money furnaces. COVID-19 lockdowns in China, including in Shanghai, have made it increasingly difficult for manufacturers to operate. In recent weeks, Mr. Musk has been warning of job cuts at the firm. The plants are losing billions of dollars right now. There's a ton of expense and hardly any output. He added in an interview with the Tesla owners of Silicon Valley, a company-recognized club. That was business news.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSP U Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
The Central Bank of Sri Lanka has implemented a new data collecting system. It is named as the International Transactions Reporting System, ITRS, with the participation of licensed commercial banks, LCBs, and licensed specialized banks, LSBs. The central bank said the system is a comprehensive data gathering system on cross-border transactions and domestic foreign currency transactions. It is aimed at filling a multitude of existing data gaps. The bank added that it will help policy formulation in many aspects by providing valuable inputs for both statistical and regulatory purposes. That came to you in Economic News.
LOLC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LOLC Finance claims the overall gold award whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking. LOLC Finance will continue to innovate with the next generation digitalization of financial services, delivering a superior customer experience.
Finally, the weather report. The Meteorological Department predicts showers to occur at times in the Ratnapura, Kalutara, Galle and Matara districts. Several spells of showers will occur in the northwestern province and in Gampaha, Colombo, Kandy, Nuwara and Kagala districts. The Met Department predicts showers or thunder showers to occur at a few places in the Ua province and in the Ampara and Batticaloa districts during the afternoon or night. That was the weather report. And now to end this news broadcast, the main points once again. The Consumer Affairs Authority of Sri Lanka has launched an island-wide operation to detain traders who sell rice over the stipulated market prices. Police media spokesman say the police is capable of managing all the day-to-day duties despite the special duties assigned at the fuel station. The Excise Department says that consumption of liquor has dropped by 30%. India's continued support as a close neighbour to overcome the present crisis. The Minister of Tourism assures that Sri Lanka is safe for tourists to visit. And on international news, doctors say many children killed in Afghanistan quake. That ends this news broadcast.